All right, D1, intention, take one, ABC, common mark.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tracey, and it's great to meet all of you in the flesh, most of you for the first time, and it's great to see the crew again. We are in Buddies in Bad Times, which is the world's oldest and longest running queer theater. Come on, that's amazing, you know, in our very own Toronto. I am thinking of this space as the delivery room, where you are birthing different parts of yourself to gather them together and mix them up with some magic and create a one-person show. So our intention is that you go as deep as you can, that you push yourselves, that we are not a cast, we become a community. So together we say, and so it shall be, and so it shall be. Welcome to Drag Heels, Season 3. Thank you. What we are going to do together, we are going to go deep sea diving into your souls and into your past and into your hearts for stories. Things that have happened to you, things that you've done. And we're gonna combine your personal story with the dazzle of drag, and you're gonna create a short one-person show. Telling your personal story on stage is one of the most empowering and vulnerable things you will ever do. And I promise that at the end of our time together, you will feel a transformation. Something will change in you, something will grow. And if you breathe life into your drag character, your drag persona will breathe life back into you. And it's this beautiful, positive cycle that happens. So I wanna say welcome, be brave, and we are so, so glad that you're here. Drag Heels is based on a process that I developed when I was teaching at Toronto Metropolitan University that helps people excavate raw material from their lives and, using what I call theatrical alchemy, transform it into something for the stage. You are each gonna go up there in front of us with your back to us. Your only job is to sit there and take notes while we talk behind your back only good gossip. The positive things that we noticed about you. If you don't have trust in a space, people will contract. But when you are able to start to build trust in a room, the survival mechanisms that have helped us survive throughout our lives start to relax. And this group has been exceptional at doing that.
My name is Rose Ingrid, and I use she, they pronouns.
Good gossip, go.
I really like their singing. I've heard them sing. I love their voice. They have such a good voice.
From what I could feel, she has a very nice aura and warmth about her.
Yes, absolutely. And Rose Ingrid, there seems to just be music coming from every pore. She seems to sing and not even notice she's singing.
My name is Alfonso King. My pronouns are he and him.
I love that his eyes match his shirt. I clocked that.
I can tell he has a good sense of humor.
I sense a wit, too.
Yeah.
A sharp wit.
Very calming energy. I feel like maybe he's a Cancer.
Could be.
My name is Tyler, and I go by the pronouns he or him, or you can call me Alice.
He has a really great voice, very outspoken.
Yeah, he gives off good energy, and I think he's not afraid to take some risks.
He seems very smart, very wise for his age.
Yeah, what is he, 17?
My name is Alval, and I go by she, her pronouns.
I just get a bubbling brook, just like joy bubbling up.
She comes across as someone that you want to be your friend.
There's so much life force in there that just wants to come out in all kinds of ways, like from the mind, the imagination, sensuality, everything.
My name is Tristan Ginger, and I use they, them pronouns.
Such a fashion sense. Supermodel.
They feel regal without any of the pretense.
Bold, fearless, willing to take some risks, chances.
Very kind and warm.
They have my favorite hair color.
My name is Marissa Rosa Grant. My pronouns are they and them.
They are witty.
I feel like they're a homie. Like they'd be a good homie to just roll and hang out with.
They're super compassionate. I get a feeling that they are the first to say the kindest thing to you. A great shoulder to lean on, great comfort.
The compliments are often things that people secretly hope that others think about them. Everything from the superficial, beautiful hair to what a warm person, so funny, so game. They get an instant reward of, oh, this feels different. And that's a positive cycle that happens. So then they trust me more, I trust myself, and then together we can do things that they never would have done on their own. Okay, amazing. So we're gonna talk about, what the heck was that? What did we just do, and how did it feel?
I think this group has a confidence in their ideas, and I feel supported already.
When I was up there, for a room full of strangers to find something nice to say about me was different for me. So
Well, thank you for sharing that. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, and you really learn about people through their suggestions too, right? And the things that they say. I think I've learned a lot about everybody already, and this is gonna be a fun ride.
I think it was you that said the duality, or just that talk of duality, and I'm glad it kind of shows through, because I just kind of refer to myself as a gender maximalist, and I like mixing everything together. So it's nice to hear the masculine and the feminine. That's how I'm perceived.
Most people are more perceptive than they give themselves credit for. And if we stop, realize that we're all magic a little bit.
Yeah.
I think there might be a level of comfort and safety that we feel amongst each other, that we've opened up our hearts, that we can allow ourselves to be seen and be vulnerable.
Nice. And I think for many, many people, in many, many different degrees, it hasn't been safe to be seen. And so this is a beautiful place for us to meet each other in for our first session, and also to crack open the imagination. Because your pieces are gonna be partly based on your past and partly based on anything you can dream up. That's the drag part. So the combination of the two takes the audience into a deep journey of the truth and also flights of imagination.
Couldn't care less what you think about me. Couldn't care less what you think about me.
So now we're finally gonna go around the circle, and I'd like you to introduce yourself. You can use both your day name and your drag name. And I'd like to hear two things from you. First, I'd like to hear, what are you hoping to get out of this? What are your hopes? And anything that you're anxious about in terms of this process, doing it in a group, the final performance, and then maybe you'll hear others express things that you're thinking that you hadn't quite thought of yet. So who would like to start? And we'll just go around.
my name is Alfonso King Jr. My drag name is Jade Electra. As a drag performer in Toronto, I don't have any close friends. And all of my friends, because I came here from New York, are still in New York. So I'm hoping to, one, build this community, and also to hopefully make some closer friends. I think the thing that I am concerned about is, at a certain point, as an older gay man in this community, you're not seen, you're too old for this, not relevant. That's what I worry about.
I go by the name Alice Starr when I'm in drag, and I'm Canada's first and only legit pro wrestler, drag queen pro wrestler. One of the biggest things that I'm looking to get out of this, obviously there's personal growth, stepping outside your boundaries, being able to work off of other people, and I really want to be able to show people that you can do whatever you want, you can take two different worlds and put them together. I think the thing that scares me the most about this experience is the thing that I'm also looking forward to, and that's being vulnerable. But at the same time, that's an opportunity to inspire someone to be vulnerable as opposed to hiding from it.
I'm a stand-up comedian professionally, but I play guitar and I want to express myself in a lot of different ways. I think there is a creativity to me that wants to get out. I came out maybe 4 years ago, and I've been on hormones for 1 year, and in those 4 years, I still feel like I haven't found my pride. So I'm hoping that this experience will help me find some pride, because sometimes I catch it in glimpses and then it's gone. So I'm hoping that is another thing that I kind of find along the way. I don't feel necessarily any sort of connection with drag as an art form, and I'm afraid of how the dysphoria is just gonna come popping out at me with how I engage with this material.
My name is Tristan, and my stage name is Tristan Ginger, and I'm a burlesque artist. So I feel like I'm still discovering myself and exploring my gender, but also inspire people along the way, and I hope to learn some new things. Like, I still have so much more to learn. I'm scared to be vulnerable like everybody else.
My name is Marissa Rosa Grant. I'm an event producer, podcaster, DJ. I do a lot of work to build community. In addition to that, I'm a parent, so a single parent at that. My first passion since I was young was like to act, and I do drag. My drag name is Buster Hyman. But I have a lot of different talents, but I feel like a master of none. So I really want to own, not hone, but own my craft. I'm afraid of being vulnerable, and I want to remove that veil to show who I am.
Well, I'm Rose Ingrid. My drag name is Reverend Love, or Rev Love. My first drag experience was actually with Tracey, doing a one-day workshop called Dude for a Day. And I really want to explore that more, and I would like to add drag into the list of things I do long-term as well. I don't have fear, but like a reverence or an understanding of the weight of what we're coming into, and wanting to bring my best self, my fullest self in there, without, walls or without whatever, and being happy with what I bring forth.
Thank you all. So well expressed, what the concerns are. And you've already been so equally vulnerable and equally outrageous, which is exactly what this process calls for. And I want to say welcome, and let's begin. Okay, so I don't know if you've noticed where we are sitting. Where are we sitting? On the stage. On the stage, exactly. So we've kind of tricked you to come out from the audience where we have been sitting to get used to what it's like to sit on the stage and talk out this way. Stories have been around from the beginning. We all share stories that we love, that we've heard, and that's because they give us information, but they also connect with us emotionally. The creation of a solo show mirrors the hero's journey, and you're gonna come up against your own dragons, your own resistance, your own fear to creating the piece about your own hero's journey. And I'm going to give you some basic tools to integrate while you're writing it. So half of what we're doing here is about content. It's about the what happened, and then half of it is about the craft of storytelling. How can we take that raw content and turn it into something that's compelling and interesting for the audience? When you are creating something from your own life, you want it to be healed enough that by the time you bring the material to the stage, the audience is not worried about you. What we are hoping here is to bring a gift to the audience. We don't go on stage hoping the audience will give us something, being needy and wanting something. We go on having worked with our own material enough that here is the gift that I bring you from my hard-won wisdom. So you're gonna be writing about a turning point that happened to you or that you went through. Something that when it happened or while it was happening, afterwards your life was different. So as you are writing your piece, tell the story in the present tense, as if it's happening now. So you want to describe, were your palms sweaty? Did your heart race? Did your throat get dry? Did your stomach drop? Did you feel nauseous? One of the most important things in your pieces, in your story, is there has to be some kind of transformation in the hero. How did the hero change? From when they were minding their own business in the ordinary world, what difficulties did they have to overcome and dig down to find new strengths so that they could become the person that would survive this thing? So that's what we're going to be working on today, and we are about to start your first writing assignment.
Couldn't care less
People ask sometimes, why is there no instruction manual for life? Why doesn't life come with an instruction manual? And I thought about that question and the work that I do, and I thought, it does. It's other people's stories. That's how we learn.
I'm 22 years old. Lately, I haven't been feeling well. I take the test. I have to wait 2 weeks for the results. It's killing me. I get home, I sit on my couch in complete silence, and I start crying. I'm crying because it's 1990, and it's a death sentence.
The reason why I came out, I'd been closeted and repressed for 29 years of my life.
It's been a crazy year for me, man. I turned 30 and I came out as queer. Surprise, surprise! Was it the nails? The nails gave it away, didn't it?
Super hetero, cis normative, dating women, but cross-dressing since I was a teen. But I would compartmentalize it. I would always put it in a box somewhere and just come to it in moments of privacy where I knew I wouldn't be watched. And towards that 29th year, it was causing me to do a lot of self-destructive things. So I was sleeping with anybody. I was so reckless, drinking a lot. I was just in this self-loathing spiral. I've never felt so abandoned and unlovable. And I regretted coming out all at once. I was like, I should have died with this secret.
Thank you so much for allowing us to get a sneak preview into your world and what you've been through and what makes you you. It's so appreciated, and there's so much love for you here and so much admiration for your strength and your vulnerability. And yeah, I'm just so thankful.
Very few people in the entire world will go through a process with other humans where they share their stories and get up on stage and try to make something. Add to that the layer of the cameras and the microphones. Stories have the power to not just change lives, but to save lives. If you can show me how you saved your own life, how you chose not to die with the secret, then you can teach me how to stay alive.
I wake up to multiple texts and calls, and I'm in my bed, the light's shining through, and in that moment I learn that I'm gonna be a father. This is something I've always wanted, but in that moment, time kind of freezes and you think, am I gonna be a good father? Am I gonna be something that I believe in and teach my child the things that I believe in?
I meet up with some friends, we have drinks, we all are in our best outfits. I wake up the next day in a bed that wasn't mine. I was in a hospital bed. The nurse comes to me and has this clipboard and is like, you have this much alcohol in you, you have this drug, and you're 3 weeks pregnant. I was stunned. I had no idea. I was completely caught off guard because she had said it to me like I knew.
I'm living in Madrid, Spain. I see men wearing women's clothing, sexy men dancing on podiums wearing high heels, men wearing makeup. Now I realize no one knows me. I can be whoever I want to be. I can create whoever I want to be. And then suddenly I could speak Spanish, but with an accent. Some weekends I became Dmitry from Russia. Other times I will become James, an American exchange student from the South. And so a beautiful monster being born, I stopped dyeing my hair. I accepted the parts of me that made me unique. And I start to stitch together who I want to be. A modern Frankenstein.
I'm getting ready to go out. I don't really feel like doing much of anything these days. It's November, the days are getting shorter, and it's kind of gray outside, but I can't really keep hiding out in my room, despite how tempting that would be. I grab what I need to take a shower, and I put on a song I know will help pick me up. I get undressed, feeling the cold under my feet, step into the tub, Turn on the faucet, feel the cool water splash on my toes. Adjust the water, pull the lever, and stand under the cleansing flow. I'm going to be okay, right? Gah, I don't even know anymore. I lather my washcloth, caressing my skin with as much care as my tired heart can muster. I hear familiar notes. I smile. I love this song. It brings me back to a simpler time. Life made more sense. Faith carried everything. Before I knew things, before the politics, the hypocrisy, the grief, it's a simple faith.
When you are really honest in your story, in terms of your low point, how bad did it get? When things got really hard, people will be paying attention. When you talk about a low point in a story, people will lean in, because if your body is alive telling that story, they know you survived. What we are hoping here is to bring a gift to the audience. We don't go on stage hoping the audience will give us something, being needy and wanting something, needing laughs, needing pity, sympathy. We go on having worked with our own material enough that here is the gift that I bring you from my hard-won wisdom.
I feel the early stages of a deep trust. Like, I feel like I can look every one of you in the eye and feel understood and supported, and that means a lot to me.
I think what's really unique about the experience is that not only are you learning about other people, but you're also learning about yourself. If you can unlock that in every day, that's when you can really enjoy life.
It is nice to have someone not only see me, but also hear me.
It's been such an interesting way of getting to know people in a more vulnerable way, but safe.
Amazing way to put it. Yeah, yeah. Tomorrow, your exercise that you're going to be preparing for tonight is called the exaggerated self. This is where you come in as you on steroids, the good, the bad, the ugly. And my advice to you is go for it. You know, it's the old saying, go big or go home. Well, go big. So are you in for that? Okay, amazing. Well, I will see you tomorrow where the journey and the creativity continues. Thank you for a beautiful day. Thank you. I really think that this kind of work can change the world. And it's so simple. I mean, what happens to human beings when they tell their story and they are simply believed? For people to be in a place where their ideas are not judged, what they said is not judged, how they want to express themselves is not judged, they will grow beyond the ceiling because there's no cage. And so I think this work transforms you from a student of life, from a student of your own life, into a teacher.
When they think we're done it, we can keep on gunning. Everybody stops, but we just keep on running. So we take our time, yeah, we that new type. We gon' come together, we can take whatever. They can strike us down.